They built their fame one video at a time, amassing followers, likes, and influence. But behind the ring lights that ended his smiles lurked something far darker. Now, this isn't just about drama or scandals. These are the YouTubers who crossed the ultimate line, turning fame into fatalities. These are the YouTubers turned killers. Now, this is the second iteration or second part of this series, so if you want to check out the first one, I'll link it right here. Other than that, we're just going to jump right in. Samantha Nicole Wohlford was born on August 28, 1989 in Texas. She was the oldest of 3 siblings and was often remembered as an energetic child who dreamed of becoming a famous actress. Her family described her as having a strong personality and enjoying being the center of attention, which I feel like, yeah, I could see that. Now, during her teenage years, she entered a relationship with a classmate. By the age of 19, she became a mother to twin boys. The relationship ended shortly after, leaving Samantha to raise the twins by herself. In 2008, Samantha met Ernest Ernie Lee Ibarra Jr. at a local tattoo shop. He was born on December 25th, 1985 in Texas also. Ernie was quiet and deeply interested in computers and reading. Honestly, Ernie seemed super fucking chill, you know what I mean? But for most of this, we're just going to be calling him by his last name, Ibarra. Now, Ernie's family often referred to him as a polite and reserved person. He had studied computer technology and worked at a baseball equipment manufacturing company where he used laser machines to design custom graphics on batch, which is honestly fucking pretty sick. Samantha and Ernie's bond strengthened quickly and he became a father figure to her twin sons. He even talked about legally adopting them, basically. He was that serious about this. Over time, they had more children together, including another pair of twins and a 5th child. Bro, this lady is like cursed with only getting twins. Bro, that's fucked. Samantha created a YouTube channel under the name Simply Manic 6075, aiming to become a professional content creator. She uploaded videos discussing various aspects of her personal life, but the channel struggled to gain popularity. Listen, I feel you, bro. No bullshit. I feel it. So like, subscribe, all that shit, share a friend. Now, family members described her as obsessed with social media. She frequently uploaded footage of her children and shared personal family moments, sometimes without their consent. Basically, she was just sharing everything, overshare. We all know people like this.
No.
Ernie, on the other hand, valued privacy. He grew up increasingly uncomfortable with Samantha's online activities, especially when she shared details about their arguments and their children, which, bro, reasonable, 100%. Now, despite financial challenges, he worked 2 jobs to support this growing family that he had. Real man, he is the father that stepped up. He's not the stepdad, you feel me? He is the dad that stepped up. Their relationship became strained, leading to periods of separation between the two. At one point, Samantha accused Ernie of physical abuse. Following this report, Ernie was arrested and a restraining order was actually placed on him. So, you know what I mean? She kind of fucked him over with that. Though the charge was relatively minor, it had a damaging effect on his character, especially because he's known as quiet and reserved. Despite this, the couple reconciled, got married in 2014, and continued to live together. So things did seem to get better for a point. On February 20th, 2015, law enforcement in the Titus County responded to a 911 call regarding a home invasion. Now, the call was made by Samantha's aunt, Ginger Kesserton, who claimed that Samantha had been tied up in her home and that her husband Ernie was missing, according to court documents.
I was in bed asleep, and we heard a noise, and the second I was able to open my eyes, somebody grabbed me and jerked me out of the bed and slammed me down on the ground and started tying me up.
And when questioned by officers, Samantha said that 3 masked intruders had broken into her home, restrained her, and abducted Ernie. She alleged that despite being bound, she had managed to dial her mother using her nose. And her mother then contacted Samantha's aunt, who lived nearby, to basically go by and check on her. Now, Samantha's account raised suspicions. She said the attackers wore black clothing and ski masks. Investigators noticed the lack of signs of a struggle or blood, which did not align with her version of events. Basically, there would have been a bunch of broken shit or anything if like he struggled to not get kidnapped, you know what I mean? Deputy Chris Durant said, "I'm not really seeing a whole lot of blood for somebody that was basically pistol whipped and beat." Obviously, he's putting 2 and 2 together. As police questioned her, Samantha changed her story. She introduced Jonathan Sanford, claiming she had met him while visiting a friend at the hospital. She said that Jonathan expressed anger over how Ernie treated her. However, she claimed that she did not expect him to act on those feelings at all. Samantha Wohlford said that, "There's this guy I met yesterday. His name's John. He could have done it." Now, police tracked Jonathan, who confessed to being involved in the crime, and he told investigators that Samantha had actually orchestrated the entire plan. He stated that she provided her vehicle and left the front door unlocked for them on the night of the incident so they could do this. Initially, the group's plan was to frame Ernie by planting illegal drugs on him and then notifying the police. That was the original plan, all right? Jonathan, along with his brother Jose Antonio Ponce and Octavius Rhymes, entered Samantha's home. They subdued Ernie and assaulted him. The group then transported him to a remote wooded area in Camp County, Texas. Now remember, they were just going to plant drugs on him. In the early hours of the morning, they forced Ernie onto his knees, and Antonio Ponce then shot Ernie in the back of his head, ending his life. R.I.P. to Ernie, man. Prosecutor Dave Coley said they had hit him in the head multiple times with the pistol. They had hit him across the face with it, they had punched him, but the death came from being shot in the back of the head. Ernie's body was found unclothed near a stream. Investigators recovered text messages from Samantha during the time of the crime. She had texted Octavius with instructions such as, kill Eddie's phone, basically, you know what I mean, toss it, get rid of it, shut that down, and later, ditch phone, move, indicating active communication with the perpetrators throughout the event, according to court documents. Now, following the confession and discovery of evidence, all three men were arrested. Jonathan and Antonio pled guilty to aggravated kidnapping and murder, each receiving a 50-year sentence. Now, Octavius stood trial separately and was sentenced to 23 years for kidnapping and 75 years for murder, served consecutively. Basically, he got 100 years. You know what I mean? He's life. And Samantha was also arrested and charged with aggravated kidnapping. During her trial, she claimed memory loss due to sleeping aid prescriptions. However, the jury obviously found her guilty. We're not falling for that shit. And in a second trial, she was convicted of murder and was sentenced to 99 years in prison to be served after her initial 50-year prison sentence. So she also got life. Honestly, fuck Sam. Like, bro, you got knocked up by some dude, got left with twins. You meet Eddie, who's mad chill, like mad to himself. Apparently he hit you. I don't really even know if I believe that, but that's not my business. And then, bro, like, this guy was the dad to your kids. He was about to adopt them, and you got him killed, bro. Like, oh my God, bro. That's just crazy. That's just crazy, man. DTB, man. Don't trust bitches. That's just crazy. Anyways, moving on to the next one. Nasim Aghdam. Nasim Aghdam was a vegan activist and fitness personality of Iranian Azerbaijani heritage. Nasim was born in Urmia, Iran, and her parents immigrated to Iran from the Republic of Azerbaijan. She immigrated to the United States with her family back in 1996. Now, she was a registered member of the Baha'i faith and described how veganism aligned with her religion. This was just what she was super into. She was critical of Muslims and Baha'i who ate animals, just super vegan. She lived with her grandmother in Riverside County, California, and posted content on Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and YouTube in Persian, Azerbaijani, English, and Turkish. Honestly, kind of killing it with that. Like, multiple languages, bro. If I knew multiple languages, or if I could get some Mr. Beast money and dub my shit in multiple languages, that is honestly dope idea. I can't hate on that idea, to be real with you. For as big of a scumbag as she is, I can't hate on that idea. And it clearly had worked, since her content went viral on Iranian social media and drew widespread attention. You know what I mean? She did end up getting the views that she wanted and that she was looking for. She had protested with PETA against the use of pigs in the United States Marine Corps training, and Nasim purchased and registered a 9mm Smith & Wesson semi-automatic pistol from the gun range San Diego, a gun dealer, on January 16th back in 2018. Now, on March 31st, 2018, Nasim's family reported to the police that she was missing. You know what I mean? Can you put these two and two together? According to her father, she hated YouTube, and the family was worried that she might be traveling to the company's offices. On August 3rd, 2018 at 12:46 p.m., San Bruno police reported a shooter at the YouTube headquarters. I think we all remember this if you were around for this. Nasim entered through an exterior parking garage, approached an outdoor patio, and opened fire with a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol that she had just bought. Nasim wounded 3 people. Helicopter footage later showed a large hole and broken glass in the building's lobby doors, and a coroner's report found that Aghdam died of a self-inflicted gunshot to the heart, finding no evidence of drugs or alcohol in her system. 20 ejected shell casings were found at the scene, and 1 unfired round was left in the gun. She was just 2 days short of what would have been her 39th birthday. And the morning before the shooting, police officers found Nasim sleeping in her car in a Walmart parking lot in Mountain View, which is 23 miles south of YouTube's headquarters. The officers did not identify her as a threat, and it was unclear whether they were aware of the concerns of Nasim's father, basically that she was missing at this point, and that he was kind of like alluding to the fact that she hated YouTube and bought this gun and everything. So I don't know if it just like the word did not spread wide enough for that yet. They didn't hear about this report or anything, so they kind of probably just let her go at the end of the day.
Mountain View B36.
B36, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I missed the reason why she's at risk.
Me too, I'm trying to look for it. Stand by. B36, the category shows at risk, but there's no explanation for that. We're contacting you right now to make sure she's still considered outstanding.
Nasim also visited a shooting range the day before the shooting, basically putting in her practice, I guess. Police believe Aghdam was motivated by perceived discrimination by YouTube towards her channels. She complained about YouTube on her website, writing that YouTube filtered my channels to keep them from getting views, and that the company was demonetizing most of her videos. Basically, she was just pissed at YouTube. Her father Ishmael said that his daughter was a vegan activist and animal lover who told him that YouTube had been censoring her videos and stopped paying her for her content. And yeah, we obviously see the extent of what happened with that. She showed up to YouTube headquarters. I remember this being a big thing at the time too, with the YouTube headquarters shooter. And yeah, she eventually took her own life. And man, right before her 40th birthday, bro, like, I don't know. I love animals too, you feel me? But I'm not doing all that. That is all I'm gonna say, man. Honestly, I feel bad for the father and the mom. What can you do, bro? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's all that can be said. So, moving on. Alright, my bad for interrupting, but if you guys didn't know, I also run a clothing brand. That's like my main thing that I do is preview. Basically what I do outside of YouTube. That's kind of my main thing. YouTube is like, this is something I love to do, but my main thing is making clothes.
I got fucking pants in a box!
I'm actually dropping some new stuff, so I figured I'll show y'all, you know what I mean? In case you want to fuck with me outside of YouTube. Got a bunch of shirts coming. Miss Universe shirt. Bad Friends. Championship ring. You know I'm from Boston. City of Champions, baby. I had to do it. They are available on my website right now. If you do decide to buy anything, use code GLO15 and you'll get 15% off. And I got the preview racing. So, anyways, everything's pre-made. Everything's at my crib right now. I'll take a couple videos of the boxes and stuff like that. If you watch this whole thing, I'll fuck with you. And yeah, let's get back to the video. Appreciate you. Tap in, preworldwide.com. I'll put the Instagram, I'll put everything right here. Pedro Filho, somebody that I have talked about before, and he's kind of the opposite. He ended up actually a famous YouTuber after he was a criminal. Pedro Rodrigues Filho, also known as Pedrino Matador, Killer Little Pedro, Killer Petey, or Killer Pete, was a Brazilian serial killer, spree killer, vigilante, and YouTuber known for pursuing and killing exclusively suspected criminals as a teenager between the ages of 14 and 19. In response, he basically killed an entire gang because they had killed his pregnant girlfriend at the time. So like I said, if you've been around for a while, I already have made a video talking about Pedro himself. He was a serial killer. Technically, he was murdering people since he was 14 years old, killed a lot of people, and it was all in response to his girlfriend getting killed at the time. He didn't kill any innocent people. It was mainly just gangs and drug dealers and other scumbags. So I really don't have no hate in my heart for this guy, to be honest with you. And his story is pretty crazy. I will post the whole video, so this is going to be like a short rundown of him. Now, officially, he was sentenced for 71 murders, but he claims to have killed over 100 drug dealers, rapists, and murderers. He served 34 years in prison before his release in 2007. In 2011, Rodrigues was imprisoned again on charges of inciting riot and depravity of liberty for crimes committed in prison. Now, he basically was fucking people up also in jail. He was sentenced to 8 years, again in prison, but was released in 2018 after 7 years on good behavior. Now, after his second release from prison in 2018, Rodrigues declared himself to be reformed from his self-declared vigilantism as a youth and publicly vowed to commit no further crimes, becoming a Brazilian celebrity and YouTuber, maintaining a YouTube channel called Pedro X Matador, on which he commented on modern crimes while educating the public that criminal acts are not something of which to be proud. Now, following Rodrigues' initial planned 2003 release, author Jeff Lindsay began publishing a novel series about a fictional American serial killer that killed other killers inspired by Rodrigues, named Dexter Morgan. Bro, it is insane. Like, I love Dexter. Bro, I watched Dexter maybe years ago, bro, at this point. You feel me? And to find out that this dude, Pedro Filho, is the inspiration between Dexter is just fucking insane. To be real with you, like, he had that much of an impact that he made a show that now has 2 other sequels. Like, bro, unbelievable. You know what I mean? This guy's story is actually insane. And like I said, he didn't kill innocent people. You know what I mean? He was killing rapists, murderers, drug dealers, straight up scumbags. You know what I mean? He was dead ass. In my opinion, he was just taking out the trash, bro. End of the day, I can't hate him. Yeah, man. Confirmed at least 71 bodies on him. He claims that he's killed over 100 people though. And like you said, he's like, I'm fully reformed. He's got his YouTube channel. He was literally known as the Brazilian Dexter or the Brazilian Punisher at certain points. Like, bro, this guy's lore is insane. You know what I mean? I'm glad he's finally free. Shout out to him. He did a lot of good shit for his community at the end of the day, man. So yeah, like I said, I'll post the full video where I tell his entire story from start to finish. Put that somewhere up here. And yeah, let me know if you guys like these. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the clothes. I'll be shipping very next day, as long as it's not a Saturday, because I can't ship shit on Sunday. But I'll ship every other day. You feel me? Let me know. It's all in hand. And yeah, follow my Instagram. I'll put it up here. Appreciate y'all. Stay safe, stay dangerous, get laid. Love you.